Let's talk for a minute about what is art. Art is what you make it. Art is how you see it. For me, the spiral, the circle, the line, the shape of something, these are all very artful things. It's a way we live. It's a way of being. It's about how we are as humans and how we see the landscape around us. Art is a combination of things. It's the sky, it's the wind, it's the water. It's a piece of paint on a board. It's a snow on a beautiful sunny day. And how do we respond to art? What is it about a piece of work that makes us need to touch it, to climb it, to engage with it? I think making it, the feeling that we are the creator, the doing of it, makes us feel entitled. It creates engagement. We are alive. We see the response. We see the shadows. We see the way the wind blows, and it makes us want to touch it. Does it push over? Is it solid? Is it soft? Is it hard? Will it hurt me? These are all questions we ask ourselves. This is all normal. So a piece of art could be a bike in a tree. It could be a moment in teaching when the sun shines just right and you feel inspired. It could be the time when you just sit there and think about what is going on in your life. It could be contemplative when you lay at the bottom of a pit, or it could be exuberant when you just build your first arch. What is art? What is it? How do you create that engagement with yourself in your environment? It really could be anything. For me, as a maker, it's really critical that my work is safe, that it's permanent, and that it has a life of its own, that it stands up and speaks with a strong, clear voice when I leave it behind and when I let it grow up into its own thing. A piece of sculpture can be incredibly interactive. It can be built by hand, by lots of hands, and by lots of people. It can be built by two people. It can be in your imagination. It can be a solitary thing that you just see on your own. It could be fleeting and temporary, but what it needs to be is whole and you. Let's talk for a minute about what an arch is. An arch is a series of stones, in this case, that go from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, if you think of it around a clock. And these stones are angled towards that center point so that they all balance on one another and create a really beautiful round, half-round shape. And when they're built properly over the correct span, they will make a self-supporting arch. If you're clever, you can make it look like a circle. You can see these stones are assembled around a circle. They look circular and they leave a circular window in the middle. If you follow the angle of each one of the stones, they all travel back to that one center point, just like in a clock. So each one of the stones is angled. When they're angled correctly, they'll hold together properly. We're talking about public engagement and how to create engagement. I think when you build with the investment of the community, you automatically embed engagement in your project. And I think that the younger that you start and you build in a sense of responsibility and ownership and a level of pride in the work, you create something that can be left behind and be undisturbed and with great confidence. So when we leave something behind and it's put in a place where the public can engage with it, we have to ask ourselves if it's worthy and what are the consequences if it's not. And so I spend more time thinking about making a beautiful, strong sculpture and talking with my community about what I'm doing and using beautiful work and beautiful materials and making beautiful images, more so than I worry about fear and anticipating what could go wrong and all of the bad things. Your work is your work. It's an expression of you. It's you out there in the world. So it's really critical that you put yourself out there, that you shine your light and you don't hold it back just because you're afraid of what someone else will do. It is work. It's hard work. It's dirty work. It's work that will make you tired and it will make you hurt inside your soul because it is your expression and it has to come out. But if you don't express it, if it's contained and absorbed inside of you, then what good is it? You have to share. You have to engage. You have to.